A very warm welcome to all the new subscribers and lots of love and regards, as always, to all the existing ones. I hope you're all doing well. And I am going to try and keep this message really short and simple. And that is primarily because I had no intention of doing an audio message, but when something repeats 3 times in my life, it is certainly an indication that I'm meant to share it with people. Now, what I have been noticing is that clients for whom I had done readings in 2018 and early 2019 have begun coming back to me stating that out of the blues they got a contact from their masculine twin, and the timelines that were shared at that point 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, they came true, and the fact that they did hear from their twin and they have seen improvements. So obviously they are now wanting a follow-up reading as to what lies ahead, and of course I'm honored to be on this path and I'm honored to be a twin flame, and I will continue to do whatever best I can. But I have to obviously state that I am not God and my word is not the last word on earth. But when I do a reading, I'm simply picking on an energy between two people, right? So, depending upon at what stage you are in your life, the energies, whatever they show, I simply state that. And following the advice or not following the advice is purely a person's call. The only thing I can say is that people who have actually committed themselves to understanding what a real twin flame union is, they have not just expanded in their life in leaps, I mean, by leaps and bounds, but they have also been successful in seeing results in the sense that, like I said, not just three, but I have received 4 emails in the month of June itself stating that they did have contact from their masculine twin, and now they want to understand what to do, with their path ahead. So thank you to all those people who gave me an opportunity, even 3 years ago, when I myself was so new on my path. And I'm truly honored, and I will always do my best to do whatever I can. So it is very important to understand that as a feminine twin, when your masculine contacts you, like a real contact, whether it happens through an email or a contact through phone or any sort of a medium, there are certain mistakes that the feminine twins can easily avoid. But the first thing that you all are going to notice when you hear a contact from your masculine twin is that, number one, you will yourself feel a major shift in your twin's energy. And the whole credit goes to both of you, because at the end of the day, you and your twin are like one soul. So when one person, that is the feminine twin, actually focuses on her own inner journey and allows space and the distance and the much needed space to their masculine twin, and tries to understand the meaning of a union and finding inner stability, inner peace, working on your own wounds and confronting your fears and coming into a state of inner balance, that is bound to reflect in this way that when you meet your twin or when you hear from your twin, you as the feminine will instantly notice like a person who has transformed. They will become a lot more sensitive. They will come into their balanced feminine side, so there will be no more fear or panic, but they will be operating from a place of emotions and love and peace. And maybe they come across still as a little shy or introvert and not yet completely open, but you will see that after a gap of 2 or 3 years, when your twin contacts you, they will show you, not just with their words but with their actions, that improvement has taken place. So for example, they will start initiating contact, they will start supporting you, they will start speaking and opening up about their journey and what they did in the last 2 years. They will tell you about spiritual concepts and things that they have learned, which is most likely possible in most of the cases, because this journey is all about recognizing your own hidden gifts and talents. So it is very possible that you hear your masculine twin speaking about spiritual concepts and the twin flame path much less, and the kind of signs and symbols they used to feel in your absence, and the fact that they truly realize that it is a spiritual deep bond. A lot of them, when they are back, they even try to strike a very cordial friendship at first, and they will tell you very openly that they have in fact ended all karmic contracts, or if they were in a relationship or if they were in a marriage, they will be very clear to you that they have ended, that they have divorced their partner, or that they have ended the relationship and now they are totally single. Sometimes the masculine twins also are very upfront, and they say that I'm free and I have healed, but I want to be friends first. That is a very, very common thing. And what happens is that these are some of the positive signs that you can expect when you reunite with your masculine twin. But now, some of the mistakes that the feminine twins make that can sabotage, or let's say, make them fearful again and run away for good, again, maybe for a few months or for a few weeks. I don't know how long, but there are certain mistakes that the feminine twins make at this point in time. And the mistake is that upon hearing from their masculine twin after such a long time, instead of feeling happy and rejoicing in that connection, they suddenly go into a panic mode and start questioning themselves all over again, or they start jumping to conclusions and coming up with negative thoughts that what if this is not a twin flame union, or what if now this is just a friendship, and what if this does not go further, and what if my twin leaves me again. Now, what happens is that when we think negative, we are sending out signals that this is what I'm anticipating. And therefore, whatever vibration or whatever thought you send out, it's going to come back to you in some way or the other. And obviously, your twin will feel this in your energy, which can again create imbalance or blocks. So, my first request to any twin for that matter, you could be a male or a female, whenever you hear from your masculine twin, just relax and be happy and enjoy that moment and thank your guides, and just be proud of your inner work that you have done. So applaud yourself and enjoy that moment. The second thing is that when you hear from your twin, don't start jumping at them or bombarding them with questions relating to whether they know they are a twin flame or not, or when are we getting married, or what happened. I mean, you have to try and understand, guys, that you know the fact that separation occurs, it occurs because two people are very, very imbalanced. Okay, they are not operating from a place of unconditional love, but there is a lot of fear and panic and codependency between the two people, which needs to heal. And it would be very wrong for any feminine twin to say that only my masculine is the one who needs to heal, and he's not giving me attention and he's ignoring me, whereas I'm the perfect person, because it never works like that. So the fact that someone has run away or separated from you, which is again an illusion, because twins are always connected at the soul level. So, what you feel as a separation is an opportunity to take back the control of your life and do your inner work. And by inner work, we mean letting go of your, healing aspects like codependency, So, for example, your twin, when we say your twin is a mirror, whatever you are experiencing in your life right now, it is a direct result of the imbalances that you both have in your respective lives. So, for example, if you say that my twin left me, he does not respect me, or he cheated on me, so ask yourself that you, as the feminine twin, how are you not respecting yourself? And how are you cheating yourself? Because the fact is that nobody, neither the masculine nor the feminine, you are not above or below someone. You're both the same. So, what exists in him is bound to exist in you in some way. So don't look at a physical separation like it's the end of the world. In fact, jump at the opportunity that, wow, you understood that you're a twin flame, and it's a huge learning moment for you. And there are very blessed souls who get the opportunity, very few blessed souls who get the opportunity to be a twin. And therefore, when your masculine twin is back, understand the fact that someone who was extremely scared of the intense connection, if they are taking brave steps to approach you and to connect with you and to give you the time and to give this relationship the kind of time it needs, then you have to be a little patient and understanding and see the bigger picture. You should give the impression to your masculine twin when they contact you that you are totally at peace, and that should be the case, because the best thing to to determine the outcome of your connection, and frankly, you don't even need readings for that. If you are honest to yourself, you sit in contemplation for just 5 minutes, okay? Be at peace where there is no distraction, and honestly ask yourself that how am I feeling right now, or how do I feel about my twin, or how do I feel about my connection? And your inner voice or your higher self is going to definitely give you an answer. Now, when you feel anxious, or when you feel fearful, or when you feel hopeless, or you feel calm, these are all feelings that you are going to know in your heart that this is how I feel. And to be very honest, if you have truly healed on your journey, these questions will not even bother you, that when will it happen and how will it happen, and I'm so anxious and I'm so restless and this and that, because a heal the purpose of healing is that you have come into such a peaceful, grounded place that the cause, I mean, the thought of a union will not even bother you. And it's all right if someone connects and then they again disappear for a week or 10 days, because you know the path or the goal is not just getting married and having kids. And by the way, I have had two or three clients who are twin flames and who were married, but after being married for a few years, they ended up getting a divorce, or they separated, and there was no legal separation, as in because of a divorce, but they still parted ways. So it's not like, when someone is back, then they cannot ever, you cannot repeat a cycle. The cycle will repeat, the cycle of running and separation will repeat depending upon how much you both have healed. Okay, so there is, what I'm trying to say is that there is no guarantee that someone cannot run again, or that once somebody returns it's a permanent union. Because see, this is a general message and I don't know your personal situation. So my request is that please don't become very aggressive with your twin, and please don't start dumping your insecurities or your questions or your complaints onto them. or asking them when are you going to get married, and so on and so forth. Because when you gain contact from your masculine twin, you should actually use that time to observe them, to listen to them, and to understand their perspective and try to see that what they are saying to you. And you yourself will feel that things are moving positively. I don't see anything wrong if your masculine twin says that let's just first be friends, because it is very unrealistic that it would be an unrealistic expectation to suddenly hear from someone after 3 years, and the very first contact you have, you expect to get married to that person. It never works like that, because this is also like a test of your healing. So again, when you hear contact from your masculine twin, you both will be testing each other, that okay, at first this person's energies were very intense and it caused me to run. Now let me see how things work out. And then you both, and honestly speaking, if the genuine healing has taken place and if you both have grown, you are going to come back together feeling so rejuvenated and blissful, and you're going to discuss about your plans. You're going to be supporting one another, and you both will be excited to share what you have learned on your journey. So each person's situation is different, but my logic of doing this message is that we don't know. I mean, I don't know whether your twin has contacted you for a limited period, and they're going to run again, or are they going to be permanently uh, being in a relationship with you. What is important is to go with the flow and focus your journey on improving yourself, and not forcing any sort of a conditioned behavior, or not forcing your twin to act as per your desires, because you really cannot force anything on the twin flame path. And also, somebody asked me that how can I speed up my union. Asking this question, how can I speed up my union, is like asking yourself that when will I become a millionaire. So if I ask you how will you be, how soon will you become a millionaire, you'll be like, it's totally up to you. Like, I cannot do anything in that, and somebody else cannot do anything in that, and you're not going to go and rob a bank, obviously. So at the end of the day, if you want to be a millionaire, it's your own efforts which will determine whether you be a millionaire or not. And that is exactly with your twin flame union. So how quickly you come into a union with yourself will be only determined by you, the feminine twin and the masculine twin in your respective lives. You cannot control them, they cannot control you, but what you can control is your own actions, your own thinking, whether you consult a coach or a mentor, or you get multiple readings done, or you get healings done, or you read a lot. It is possible to heal, but what is important is a dedicated effort. So, what should you do when the masculine returns is to just enjoy that moment, be a source of support and not a cause of stress to your twin. A huge red flag would be if your masculine connects only for a booty call and nothing else. So, if your masculine twin contacts you and at the very first, meeting, all they need is physical intimacy, then that should be a huge red flag, because frankly, a real union is much different than that, and most likely if you entertain a physical contact, suddenly after 3 years, there is a strong likelihood that they are going to again run away. And if you don't believe me, you try this out and see. I can assure you one thing, that till the time you as the feminine don't respect yourself and don't set healthy boundaries, uh, your masculine is not going to really appreciate that, or they will just be quick enough to play with your emotions and run away, in as simple words as that. So we don't want that happening. And if you want a steady, stable relationship, you have to conduct yourself in a way that your masculine also, because you see, it's not just you as the feminine that needs to see a change in the masculine, it is the masculine who also needs to feel safe in your company and not pressured in any way. So it is a two-way process, and it is important to give them the space and go with the flow, right? And remember that you are never separate from your masculine twin. And the more compassion and understanding you show on this path, and a lot of feminine twins make the mistake of thinking that they are being compassionate while actually being used like a doormat, or extending or overextending themselves. There is a huge difference in allowing someone to use and abuse you, and there is a huge difference in setting healthy boundaries and at the same time wishing someone well from afar. So these are two very different things, and I'm sure you understand what I mean. So, having said that, I just hope that more and more people see results in their life. And I just want to end the message by saying that if anyone is interested in a twin flame counseling or a coaching, which I have recently introduced, please know that there are 3 different time slots available. Once you email me, I would require your specific questions, that what is it that you need clarity on. The coaching and counseling is not the same as a twin flame reading. So please keep that in mind. The descriptions are there on my website. And whether it is for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or 1 hour, you can choose a time slot if anyone is interested. And there are always times when you don't really require a reading, but you're just confused about the path and certain questions that you might have, how to deal with the situation. So for that, the coaching and counseling is perfect. And once you email me, we can figure out whether it would be done through a call or through text or through a chat, those kind of things. So that's it. Thank you so much for taking out the time to listen to me, and I hope the message helped someone out there. And if you have any feedback or questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section, and I always try and reply to everyone. So take care, and I'll be back with another message for the month of July 2020 and the energies for the month. And I can just assure you that for the masculine twins who and the feminine twins who have been in separation from 2 to 3 years and more, major improvements have happened. And I'm sure if you haven't already seen improvements in your own life, you will see that things are going to shift. It's just the last 6 months of 2020 which will be a little unstable. But on a personal level, twin flames, your progress is not going to stop, and you're going to see some amazing results in the future and in the days ahead and in the months ahead. So just stay grounded, stay calm, and I wish you all the best on your path. And thank you for listening. Take care, guys. Lots of love.